Hey everyone, this is Tom Desmond of Apricot Law with a detailed analysis of your top local competitor. Being ranked in the top 3 for car accident lawyer in your city is a very good way to get a lot of car accident cases. So in this video, you'll watch me pick apart every little detail of that top ranking site in your city so you can see exactly how they got there. SEO, link metrics, and some conversion factors too. More importantly, you'll see how we would outrank them so you can get those calls and cases. Now, I know that's a bold statement, so at the end of the video, I added a proof segment, which will allow you to see some of our clients that are ranking for car accident lawyer in some major cities. Before we jump into this analysis, you need to understand the 2 main components of organic ranking, and those are relevance and authority. So this is very important. Please spend the next 3 minutes with me to review this so you can get the most out of the analysis. Here we go. Relevance. Relevance is everything that we do on your site. The term relevance in SEO describes the extent to which the content of a website's page matches the search term used. There's 7 elements that Google uses to determine relevance, and we'll look at all of those in the video. Most phrases that you want to rank for will require a dedicated landing page, but that being said, a properly built landing page will rank for different permutations of that phrase and its synonyms. Authority. Authority ratings like PA, page authority, and DA, domain authority, refer to website strength, and that's rated from 1 to 100. 100 is the strongest. Strength comes from backlinks, and a backlink is a link on another website that points to your website. We think of backlinks like nutrition. It's your website's nutrition. So like diet, good backlinks make your website healthy and strong, and bad backlinks make your website sick and weak, and in some cases penalized. To go a little deeper with links, I added this. This is link qualities. Links have to be diverse, meaning they have to come from many different kinds of websites. Web 2.0, directories, press release, article syndications, guest posts, social media, and PBN, that's private blog networks, which are the strongest. Those links have to be relevant. So relevance is important, and we estimate that about 85% of your links should come from law-related sites to increase that TF score. That's trust flow. Links have to be authoritative and focused. So just like what we're trying to do to your website, which is increase its authority, those links have to come from authoritative websites. That's what it ultimately increases your authority. And they have to be focused. So you don't want those pages linking to you to have tons of outbound links, because that dilutes the nutrition coming from those authority websites. Anchor text ratio is very important. Anchor text is the text that the link is built on, and to avoid over optimization penalties, which is the penguin penalty, exact match anchors must be 4% or below, which means if you have 100 links pointing to your site, you want only 4 of them to be that exact match. The link itself, Miami car accident lawyer, for example, should only be 4 out of those 100 links if you want to rank for that phrase. Then velocity. Velocity is the rate that other sites are linking to you. So you can't have 5 referring domains one week and then the next week 200 referring domains, because that's just unnatural. So link velocity is very important. In summary, websites with sharp on-page elements and solid backlinking profiles rank in the top 3 for anything they want and get the most traffic. And hands down, no exceptions to that rule. This is the good news. 94% of the websites that we see in the legal industry can be easily knocked off the first page, outranked for any phrase in 4 months or less. So let's take a close look at your competition, and I'll show you what I mean. Okay, here we are at Google, Chesapeake, Virginia, car accident lawyer. Here's the paid ads. Even though they're at the top, they turn a lot of people off because it says ad right here, and we know for a fact that the quality of the traffic is much lower than organic. We can see that in the bounce rate. This is really valuable traffic in maps. So you want to make sure that your website is up in the top 3, and you do that with local citations, a couple of other little tricks. And then this right here, 1, 2, 3 in the top 3 organic. This is the winner circle. And we have the number 1 and number 2. These 2 spots are taken up by the FindLaw directory, which may seem daunting because everybody knows FindLaw, and the domain authority is a 91, which is really powerful. But the truth is, it's not that hard to outrank FindLaw. In some of the more competitive markets, you don't even see FindLaw in the top 10. And of course, they want to be. It's just because FindLaw is not going to be as relevant in Google's eyes as some other websites, because FindLaw is just basically a bunch of headshots, right? So it's easy to outrank them and outdo them with relevance. It's impossible to beat them in authority because they have so many backlinks and etc. But you can very easily be more relevant, and that's really ultimately what Google is trying to do. So this website has managed to make it in the top 3. And then just a quick look down the page here. This home page made it into the number 4 spot. Now it's not, it doesn't fit the phrase exactly like this website does. You can see Chesapeake VA accident lawyers. This one says personal injury furthest to the left. Doesn't say Chesapeake. This one is Virginia Beach. So when I see some of these websites in the top 10 that aren't perfectly optimized for the phrase, it's a pretty good indication that it's easy to get up here. And you do that with 2 things. Like I said earlier, there's relevance and authority. So we'll talk about relevance first, and I'll click on this site, and I'll show you why it made it into the top 3. So this is just about relevance. Let's look at the URL. So here's the domain, what I'm highlighting here, and then the page is the full URL. And you can see they have a folder that's their Virginia personal injury folder, and then within that folder there is a Chesapeake accidents page, and that's this page that we're on. Now the page title is Chesapeake VA accident lawyers. It doesn't have the word car in it, and it neither does the domain or the URL. So that's interesting because it makes it easier for us to jump up there and take that spot. That's why. And now let's take a look at the H1 tag. They have the exact match keyword in the H1. It's car accident attorneys in Chesapeake. So that's good. Their H2s, they don't have any H2s, just this. Oh, those are all bold. Okay. So their H2 that is not really properly optimized. H2 should be like article titles that are longer, maybe 25, 30 characters, use synonyms, but they are an SEO factor. And they made a bunch of bold text, but that's not really going to help anything. And the alt text, it just looks like it's the names of the attorneys in the firm. So nothing special with their on-page SEO. This is another H1 that didn't get picked up by the tool. Chesapeake accidents, and then this little blurb here. This is their real H1 that Google's looking at, car accident attorney in Chesapeake. So that's probably the thing that pulled this page into the top 3. One, because it has, Google knows that personal injury law firms handle car accidents, and then here's Chesapeake and accidents also in the URL, and then there's the H1. So it is missing a lot of stuff that I would consider to be some basic things. Like, first of all, to rank for that phrase, I would recommend a page that has at least 1,000 words on it. Like I always say, Google is just trying to provide results for people and provide the best information. So it's not that hard to come along and create a page that has better information than this. This might be like 400 words, and it's not really even that focused on car accidents. There's like proximity, knowledge, experience, negotiating skills. This is kind of just like talking about the firm. Google knows what you're talking about, right? So if you provide 1,000 words or 1,200 words of really good content pertaining to car accidents, how to deal with a car accident, what do you need, what's the 7 steps you have to take immediately, and then have bullet points linking to other relevant pieces on car accidents within your site. Google is going to see that, recognize right away that you're the website providing more information, and so it's easy to beat this website regarding relevance. And then once you have it set up properly, then you have to get links. And like I said earlier, backlinks are your website's nutrition. It's like diet. So if you have, well, this page actually doesn't have any links, so I'll have to look at the homepage to talk about links. So that the page authority is very low. It's only a 13, and there's only one root domain, meaning only one other website referring to this page, linking to it. And it's actually the homepage of this site. So let me see. Let's check out the homepage, and we'll talk about links. So the homepage usually has the most links than any other page of the site. It just naturally happens that way. But even this homepage is not that strong. There's 36 root domains, which means, again, there's 36 different websites linking to the site for a total of 2,783 links. Now, really, it's more important to have a higher number of root domains. You want to have a lot of different kinds of websites linking to you and voting for you. Each link is like a vote. And the overall page authority of that homepage is a 38, which is that's a pretty decent number. And now, your website is only as strong as the links, and the links are only as good as the pages they come from. So that's why I use this tool, Moz, to analyze those links to see what kind of nutrition our competitors are getting. So this is the nutritional value of the link, because it's the power of the page. PA 60, that's a very, very powerful page, 60 out of 100. And we all know this, $1 Million Advocates, and I've looked at this 100 million times. And even though the page authority is very strong, this is a huge page with tons and tons of links on it. I'm just scrolling, and look, I'm like not even halfway through the page. So this is a very diluted link. They're not getting much of this page authority. So even though the page authority is high, it's super diluted, so it's not that strong. It's not going to move the needle. I'm trying to find something good. So that's their best link at the top of the page. As we start to scroll, we get to, is that Joe Montana? It is. So here's another link. It's a PA 42, and it looks like a long blog roll. Well, it's not that long. That's not bad. That's a pretty good link. So looks like there's 7 or 8, 9 different pieces of content on this page. And within each piece of content, there's a handful of links. So that's actually a pretty good link. This is the kind of link you want. You want to have, especially from something like National Trial Lawyers, this is the kind of link you want. Link that's within the content, and it's a super relevant site, and there's not that many other links on the page soaking up that juice, and it's a page authority of 42. Very good. We'll get down to these in the 30s. Let's take a look at this one. Hampton Roads Chamber, Portsmouth, Chamber of Commerce. I'm not really sure the value of this. It's PA 38. May or may not be relevant. Maybe they're part of that organization. This is a directory listing. Here's an example of another example of a pretty nice page authority of a 35. But look, it's just like it's a bunch of headshots, and it's pretty diluted, so it's not that valuable. It's relevant, and it is a good link. It is a good referring domain, but I wouldn't spend a lot of money paying for a lot of different. Just get one, because you want the referring domain. National Trial Lawyers is another one. That's another Hamptons in HG. So that's pretty much it. I'm really not that impressed with this backlinking profile. They don't have any real social signals or Web 2.0s. A lot of them are just directories. So that's a good indication. I like seeing this because I know I can come along and just knock this website out of the box because we have very strong, very, very strong link building. This is nothing compared to what we have. So let me show you some proof of that. Check out the proof segment. So here's the proof segment, and the point of the proof segment is to show you that the strategies that you just learned do actually work in this competitive market. So I'm just going to run through all these quickly. We'll see the term like this up here, and then I'll click on our client in the SERPs and flip down to the bottom, and so you can see our logo in the subfooter. I chose a handful of these. There's only about 15 or so up here. We do have plenty more, but these are significant, and I'll explain the significance and why I chose them when I go through them. And also, keep in mind, we have an amazing offer. So fill out the form on this page to take advantage of our free website audit video. You get a video in about 24 hours. It's a custom video analysis of your website, shot by me, and sent to you for you to watch at your leisure. There's no strings, there's no obligation, it's just free, and it's really, there's no better way to really see what's going on with your internet marketing. So take advantage of that. All right, let's jump in. So first, I just wanted to show you a sample ranking report from one of our clients. This is our New York City client. We built this website from scratch, and he's ranked, these are all #1 rankings here. Let's see, he's got like 42, 41 #1 rankings. These are all page 1 rankings. All car accident related, all over New York City, Manhattan, Brooklyn, the Bronx, Staten Island, Queens. And there's 239 page 1 rankings. So this is a monster site. Here, Austin, personal injury lawyer. I chose that because a lot of people want to rank for that in addition to their car accident page. So here's Paul Colley, that's our client. We built this site from scratch. There's a logo at the bottom. Brooklyn car accident lawyer, super competitive. Here's our client right here in the #1 spot. There's 3 million people in Brooklyn, so that is a very powerful phrase to be #1 for. Here's Brooklyn truck accident lawyer. I added that because here's an example of him taking up 2 spots. That's #2 and #3. His truck accident page and his car accident page are both taking up those spots. For Brooklyn truck accident lawyer. Miami car accident lawyer. This is one of the most competitive phrases in the industry. Here's our client here, Boris Levent. Here's a website we built for him, brand new from scratch. And now this is significant because he's a very young guy. He's a solo practitioner. Here's his pop-up. It's a cool site. And he's outranking all of those huge firms in Miami who are spending an enormous amount of money trying to rank for that phrase, and we got him up there very quickly. Here's our logo at the bottom. Salt Lake City, car accident attorney, Craig Swap. Here his website is at the #3 spot. Here's our logo. Now I also chose Boise. Now this is significant because it's the same firm, Craig Swap, and I know you've probably heard that, you can't rank for multiple locations. That's totally untrue. In fact, these are different states, and we rank the same website in Salt Lake City, Boise, and Spokane, Washington. Here he is again, #2, car accident lawyer. Okay. Now, here's Orange County. We even left out the word county, and we still ranked him in the #2 spot. This is DKB. They're a brand new firm in California, and we were their first SEO company. We built the site from scratch. Here's our link. They're great people. Here, I'll show you their homepage quickly. Nice looking site, good photos, great content, icons. Here's an example of how to rank for a long tail phrase. So Orange County drunk driving accident lawyer. Anytime you put drunk driving in any kind of phrase, it becomes extremely competitive, as you can imagine. And we ranked him for #2 and 3. So his car accident page ranks because it's relevant for car accident, even though the word car is not in the phrase. And we ranked his DUI accident. So he's taken up 2 spots. Very interesting. And here's just San Francisco car accident lawyer. Here's Jesse Crisp. His internal page ranks for that phrase, I think, in the top 4. And here's Lake County car accident lawyer is an example of ranking for a longer tail phrase. And for that, we pushed his homepage up into the number 1 spot. So there's Jesse. So there's just a little bit of proof. Feel free to reach out. If you have a question, call me or send an email. Definitely take advantage of that free website audit video. And I'm looking forward to talking to you. Okay, all the best. Take care.